Welcome back to Smooth Traffic on YouTube, and we're in this little slice of American pie. Little, probably quite large actually. It's the Jeep Wrangler 2.8 diesel. We've got the keys to it. 35 grand of old-fashioned American off-roading capability. And we're in a field, so we're going to see how it drives through this little bit of field here, and then we're going to take it on the road to see how it handles the typical British villages that this thing is just not used to seeing at all. Well, I know it's only a bit of grass in a field, but
it's wet, it's damp. You could easily have got bogged down in
a normal car.
And look, no roof.
That is quite nice, I gotta say. Having a bit of open air feel to it. That's unusual in a 4x4, so that feels quite nice.
And we're pretty sure you can take the back end off of this as well, because I don't know if you can see the roll cage that's sort of fitted just around the corners, but that seems kind of pointless unless you can take the back end off. It does seem to be just screwed in with a fairly rudimentary set of screws, so which would be good, because really if you're driving a Jeep you shouldn't have anything on it. It should be the bare metal, as if it's, you know, Jurassic Park or some 80s beach themed cop show,
or maybe a large 1940s conflict,
perhaps. Wind noise might become an issue.
Yeah, it might be an issue on this film. So I'll give you some first impressions. The steering is really, really light, so again it's very, very easy to get around. It's comfortable.
Yeah,
it's more comfortable than the Isuzu D-Max Arctic we've just been in. So maybe it's geared up more for a little bit more for road than what I was originally going to give it credit for. First impression's not as bad as I was thinking. I wasn't expecting to like it much, but so far it's fine.
The interior is not as bad as you'd maybe think. I mean, it's obviously pejoratively plastic, but you know, there are some nice little Jeep details everywhere. Got a little Jeep logo with a since 1941 sign here.
We should talk about that actually, because the Jeep Wrangler has one of the most colourful histories of any road car or off-road vehicle, having been commissioned in the 40s to be a American army truck capable of getting around occupied France, Germany, all over the world where war was going on. And over the years it's evolved into this, a kind of semi-fashionable, still capable off-road unit that really it's questionable whether it really belongs in Britain, because this thing is as American as it gets. Certainly steers like an American car.
You can't make corners then.
You just kind of point the steering wheel in the direction you roughly want to go in.
It's got leather seats and they're comfortable. I was just thinking, what can I say about the interior other than it's basic. There are some nice little cues to the Jeep name and stuff, but really, I mean, it's very difficult to get in the back. If you thought it was difficult to get in the back of a small Super Mini, if you imagine, have we ever filmed anyone trying to get in the back seat of my Mito?
No, thank God.
It's a pain in the arse though, isn't it?
Oh, it's horrendous.
Damn right of it. But this is worse, if you can imagine that. So, it's just, the seat kind of moves forward, but it doesn't really slide forward much, so, and there's just no room in the back. You know, there's two seats, but again, you'd only get in the back if you had the hard shell off of it and you could just climb in from the boot. Feel the raw power of the Jeep corner! Oh. And we made it.
Did you hear the tyres then?
I did. They squeaked slightly. Jesus.
doesn't really do corners. It doesn't handle very well, it doesn't grip much. It's really for either off-roading or cruising, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now we're on a nice straight bit, it's really relaxing, it's not very noisy, got the roof off, it's quite nice, steering's nice and light, doing about 2,000 RPM, so fuel economy would probably be good if it was
possible.
If it was possible. But yeah, don't overcook it in a corner.
Or in the drive round corners. Find straight roads.
Yeah.
So we swapped over driving now, and I can honestly say that this is slightly terrifying. The brake pedal is massive, which you think that's good.
Yep.
The accelerator is somewhere to the right, and it's kind of difficult to find the pedal. And when you do find it, not a lot really happens. And worst of all, there is no space for me to rest my left foot on, so it's just kind of dangling in behind the brake pedal. Now, I mean, yeah, how American is that? What should I be doing with my left foot instead? Is that for the brake? Is that what the Americans do?
We gotta remember, I think this is on off-road tyres, isn't it? So it won't it won't really be set up to grip tarmac. It's set up to grip stuff that isn't tarmac, basically. Your dirt, your grass, your sand, your crushed bones of your American enemies. But yeah, tarmac, no. And it is not having a good time in the corners. I'm not having a bad time in this car though.
No, I think as a passenger ride,
it's quite enjoyable.
yeah, it's decent.
It's terrible to drive. I think we can safely say it is terrible to drive. But
Not having the roof on is really putting the sun right in my eyes.
it's a bit of an event.
The other thing I've just noticed is when you lift off of the accelerator, if you just go to move your foot over to the brake,
Yeah.
the toe of your shoe hits the top corner of the trim before you can actually get your foot over to the brake.
Yeah, I had that problem as well. The pedal placement is not brilliant. But which part of this car is brilliant?
The part that you're enjoying right now, the passenger ride.
So, the best thing about this car is being in it and somebody else driving it, so you can just stick your hands out the top and go woo, and basically just relax, because it is comfy.
I think you need to commit more to that woo.
No, I'm not.
You're not feeling it?
No, I'm not. I'm not American. I'm not like you. So, but it is comfy.
It is comfortable.
The body roll is extreme.
It is. But fun. I'll give that a point for fun.
I am having fun in this, I gotta say.
I've got to say as well, the automatic gearbox, it's not very keen to drop a gear.
King, would you say you like this car?
I'd say I like the concept of it. Like, the Jeep has a certain... That person didn't say thank you to me. I'd say I like the concept of it, but, you know, there's something very Hollywood about the Jeep, isn't there?
Yeah. There's an image, isn't there?
But I couldn't drive one every day. This would be intolerable.
So in summary then, King, as we get to the end of our test drive, difficult to like,
As a driver.
but quite easy to like.
As a passenger.
And obviously King, as an American citizen, is delighted that there is actually one for sale over here in the UK.
Yeah, why not? There's no point arguing with him, is there?